Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 14, The Sons of Mogh. So I thought this episode was really good. It's a Klingon episode, which are kind of hit and miss sometimes, but overall I thought this one was well done. So this episode sees the return of Worf's younger brother, I think it was the younger brother, Kurn, played by the amazing Tony Todd from Final Destination and Candyman series and all that. Which we actually saw Tony Todd earlier this season as the elder Jake, and it was like the second episode. So Kurn was in a few episodes of The Next Generation, and this is his first time and only time appearing in Deep Space Nine. So, and to me, to kind of jump to the end a little bit, I was a little sad that we never see Kurn again, even with the ending. I felt like he still could have made some sort of an appearance, but whatever. So this episode starts with Worf and Dax having a Klingon battle on the holodeck, and I'm pretty sure it's the same skull alien that Worf would fight against in his program on the Enterprise, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So anyways, Odo calls Worf and is like, there's a drunk Klingon here and he wants to speak to you, and it ends up being Kurn, and Kurn wants Worf to kill him, which... So he wants him to kill him based off of his dishonor. And so the Mogh family has had a lot of dishonor over the years, where first Worf was dishonored because his father was considered a traitor because of the Kittimer accident or attack. And then now, because Worf has gone against Chancellor Gowron's orders and has stayed with the Federation, now they're dishonored again. And Kurn is like, you've dishonored me, and you've dishonored this family, and he's all upset, and he's like, now you have to kill me, so that way I can reclaim my honor in the afterlife, which is a little bit of a shout-out or a sequel or a continuation from The Next Generation in the episode Ethics, where Worf ends up breaking his back, and he asks Riker to kill him, and Riker ends up saying no, because, for one, Riker just didn't want to do it. He didn't think it was right, even though it's the Klingon culture. Riker's like, no, this isn't right. And then he finds a way out of it to kind of say, actually, it has to be a family member, so you have to ask Alexander to do it. Which, if you guys watch that review, I talked about how I would have actually done it. I would have honored that culture, even though it's not mine. And in the end, they end up healing Worf. Where in this episode, it kind of continues that, where Kurn wants his older brother to kill him, his closest family member. And it's kind of interesting because at that time, when we finally get to that point, Worf actually does stab him. And then he gets in all sorts of trouble from Odo and Dax and Captain Sisko. And it's just a really interesting episode about whether or not you honor somebody else's culture and heritage, or because he lives on the station and he's part of the Federation, does he have to abandon that? And it brings up a lot of good questions. Eventually, it comes clear that Kurn just doesn't want to survive anymore. He ends up taking a job being a deputy to Odo, and at one point somebody pulls a gun on him, and he's like, shoot me, bitch! And the guy does. He shoots him, but he still doesn't kill Kurn. And Odo's like, I can't have somebody that's suicidal be one of my deputies. And he basically fires him. When we get to the end of the episode, to get to the end, they wipe Kurn's memory. So Kurn doesn't remember Worf. He doesn't remember anything. And Worf sends him off with a Mogh family friend that will basically just tell everybody that this is my new son. And they change his name and everything. And it's a little bit heartbreaking to see Kurn wake up and they give him his new name. And he's like, are you related to me? And Worf is like, no, I don't have any family. And it's a little heartbreaking. And like I said, I think it would have been great to see Tony Todd return, whether he finds out Worf is actually his brother or not, but just to kind of see him return, even if he hates Worf, he learns about this Worf's dishonor, and now he has to come back and be like, your family's the reason the Klingon Empire is awful, and then Worf has to deal with that struggle. They could have done so much, but they didn't. So overall, I thought this was a good episode, and like I said, Worf and Michael Dorn and Tony Todd play off each other very, very well. I think it was fantastic. For those who have seen this one, what did you guys think about the ritual? If you were in that situation, what would you do? Would you assist him? Would you understand Worf's culture? Or would you just shun it and say, no, you can't do that? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you guys next time for Bar Association.